Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tiah. I want to wish you guys all a happy new year. I hope everyone had fun with your families and loved ones. But for today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to crochet this buggy, nice and comfortable chunky sweater. This is inspired by the last item that I posted on my YouTube channel, which was the arms warmer. When I posted that, or when I posted that video, a lot of you had requested that I do a full sweater that has a turtleneck, just because the arms warmer is not everyone's style. So I decided I'll do a full sweater, and this is pretty much what we're gonna be working on today. So hopefully you guys will watch the video to the end and make something nice and cute for you or someone that you would like to make it for. And so before we do anything, let's look at the materials that I'm using for this project. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, my lovelies, so to get this project started, the first thing I do, and I usually do, is to show you all the materials that I'm using. And as you can see here, I have my 2 colors of yarn. I will talk a little bit about them, and then the rest of the stuff, that some are optional, some are things that you will need. So let's start with the yarn. So this here, as you can see, I'm frogging another project that I did, and I just couldn't get a chance to finish it, and I didn't want to kind of have it on the side too long. So I frogged it, and I am going to be using this yarn for this sweater. This is medium weight number 4. I believe it's Pound of Love. I don't have the packaging or the label for it, so I would look it up online, and right in the description box I will put all the information about this, especially the color. But I know it is 100% acrylic, and that it is medium weight number 4. Okay, so and the other color that we're going to be using for this sweater is, again, one of my favorite yarns. Why? It's cheap, it's nice and soft. It is Craft Smart Value TM. It is all the measurements are here, as you can see. So if you go by yards or ounces or meters or grams, what else? The color is clay. So this is the same color that I used for the arms warmer. So this is the same color that I'm using for it. It's 100% acrylic. It's a medium weight number 4, and recommended hook size is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, or I9 US. So that is what I'm using together with this. Okay, for the yarn. For a crochet hook, I'm going to be using a 6 millimeter crochet hook. I want my sweater to be nice and puffy. So usually I choose to do use a crochet hook that is a little bit bigger, so that I get that like loose effect. I'm going to be using scissors, of course, this darning needle to be able to sew my panels together. I have some stitch markers laying around because you do need them, and of course a tape measure, because we're making a wearable or a clothing. You're gonna need to know what your size is that you're making for yourself. Okay, so this is for me usually optional, because I know the size that I'm making, and I usually make from anywhere from small to a medium, depending on the article of clothing. Okay, all right, so that's everything here. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, so we're gonna get the project started here, and we're going to work on the either a back or front panel of the sweater. Both sides will be exactly identical, so whichever one this one is gonna be, we're going to be working on the panel. The first is gonna be the panel, either the front or the back. Okay, so as you can see, I have a lot of yarn left here, and I'm going to be leaving this string long like that, so I can use it to sew my panel up to where we put the arm together. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with foundation chain of 81. But to do a foundation chain, we're going to do a slip knot first, and this is how I do my slip knot. Okay, so for those of you who are new, this is how I do my slip knot. There's many other ways to do it, so please go ahead and do it however you usually do it, or however you find it easier to do. Okay, all right, so after I do my foundation, my slip knot here, I'm going to do the foundation chain of 81 chains. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so as you can see here, I have gone ahead and completed a chain of 81. And it is the length here. So that is what it looks like. Okay, so this length here is going to be the length of the sweater from the shoulders down to however long you want it. So for me, it's going to be just right over my hips. It's going to be the length of the sweater. And this is how long I'm doing it for. If you want it to be shorter, then do like less chains. If you want it even longer than this, then you would do a lot more chains to make it long. So make sure you measure from the top of your shoulder all the way down to however long you want it to go. Okay. All right, now with our 81 chains here, and as you can see, I did it nice and loose because I'm using a wide crochet or like a bigger crochet hook. I did it nice and loose so that I can actually go into my stitches easily. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our first row. So we're going to skip this first stitch right here because this is our turning chain. That's why we did 81 chains. We're going to skip that, and in the second one here, we're going to go and do a half double crochet in the back of the second chain from the hook, like that. And as you can see, this is the front of the chain, this is the back, and we're just holding our chain kind of like this sideways so we can scoop the back of it like so. Okay, and then we do our half double crochet stitch, and then we're gonna go into the next stitch and we're gonna do the same, and we're going to do this along the chain until we have 15 stitches left. Okay, when you have gotten to your the last 15 stitches, then you're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how to do a little bit of a different stitch there, and then we're gonna go ahead and turn and start our second row. But for now, go until you have 15 stitches to go. And if that's gonna be, if it's gonna make it easier for you, just count 15 stitches and then put your stitch marker there. That way you know where to stop. With me, I usually just go as close as I can, and then I would count, and then I will put my stitch marker when I get there. But we all work differently, so go and do whatever is nice and comfortable for you. So if you want to start to count 15 stitches from the other end now and put a stitch marker, go ahead and do that. If not, just go as close as possible and then count, and when you get your 15 stitches, then you can always stop there. Okay, so let's do this and then get back together when we have 15 stitches at the end left. Okay guys, so as you can see here, I have reached the mark where I have 15 stitches to go for this first row, and as you can see, I did put my stitch marker there. So what I will do is I will just remove my stitch marker, put it on the side for a sec, and then I'm going to go into that, say the 15th stitch there that I have, and do a single crochet stitch just like that. Okay, and I'm gonna take my stitch marker and place it back there. And you're gonna need to keep this stitch marker here because it's gonna be the part that you change your stitch. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a single crochet stitch for these 15 stitches, and then for the remaining 65 we're going to be doing half double crochet stitches, and all of these in the back. In this case here, it's in the back of the chain, the foundation chain, and in the next row, which is going to be a repeat row, it's going to be in the back of each stitch. Okay, so we're gonna be doing single crochet back loop single crochet for these 15 stitches, and back loop half double crochet for the other 65. Okay, and this is pretty much what we're doing, repeating for the whole project, especially for the two panels, which is the back panel and the front panel, and then as well as the two sleeves for the arms. We're doing the exact same thing. And of course, what I'm doing is I'm changing color, but you don't have to, or you can change it to multiple colors if you want, or you can just keep it as one solid color. So that is all the preference for you, but in my case, I'm using these two colors, and I think they look good together. So it's up to you. Just choose colors that you know you would be able to wear. Okay. All right. So I'm at the end here. That's my final 15th stitch, and that is my single crochet. And so as you can see, it gets bigger on this side, and then it gets slimmer here because this is going to be the part that goes right on the wrist. Okay, so it's a little bit smaller and a little bit tighter. Okay, so we're gonna do a chain 1 to start the second row, and then we're going to turn our work. So I'm just gonna bring the whole thing to this side, and then in the very first stitch right after the chain 1, I'm going to do a single crochet stitch right there. Okay, and then again I'm gonna go into the next and do a single crochet, and of course we do this for these next 15 stitches, and then we're going to switch our stitch and do the half double crochet for the remaining 65. Okay, so just get to the stitch marker with a single crochet stitch. When you get there, come back and I'll show you guys how to just change the stitch. Okay, so as you can see here, I am in the final stitch. So I just did my 14th stitch here. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker, put it on the side, and do my final and 15th stitch here as a single crochet in the back loop. And I'm going to take my stitch marker and put it back there. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to be doing half double crochet in the back loop. And this is what we're going to be repeating for the remaining of the stitches. Okay, and this is our repeat row here until you have the size of the panel that you're looking for. Whether it's you want to wear it tight, then you're going to be doing less rows. If you want it nice and loose, then you're going to be doing a lot of rows. So I'm just going to quickly show you a panel that I've already finished, because I figured with having to just do 2 panels that are exactly the same, I might as well finish one first and then show you how to do the second one. That way you actually have a chance of looking and seeing how the completed one looks like before you finish yours. Okay, so this is my, let me just see if I can make these a little bit, I'm just gonna change these a little bit to make it wider so you can see it better. Oh, it's supposed to be going the other way. Okay guys, sorry about that. I just had to stop the camera and start over so I could put the wide angle so you can see the whole thing in the view here. So as you can see, this is a panel that I've already completed. This is going to be more of a looser sweater than a tight one. So I did a total of 52 rows, and as you can see, it's quite wide. And this is just one of the panels, and it could be the back or the front. And as you can see also, I did a stripe here of the orange color or clay. Okay, and I'm going to be repeating this with the sleeves panel as well, where I'm going to be doing a stripe of this, and then I'm going to be doing these 2 colors surrounding it like that. So this is pretty much how one of my panels looks like. Okay, so what I just showed you here, you're going to be repeating this until you have the number of rows that you require for one of your panels. Okay, so if it's not 52, if you want less, then you will do less rows. If you want more, then you will do more rows. It all depends on how tight or loose you want your sweater to be. Okay, so mine is going to be more on the loose side, not too loose, but it's going to be more on the loose side. So go ahead and build your panel. I'm going to be finishing my second one off camera. You finish your first one and then start the second one, so that at the end you have exactly 2 identical panels like this. Okay, by just repeating the same thing that I just showed you here. So just rewind the video, go to the beginning and start your second panel when you have finished your first, if you don't remember how to do it. Okay, and then when you have finished both of your panels, come back. I will show you how to start the sleeves, which is pretty much literally this exact same thing, 81 rows, and then you're going to do obviously smaller number of rows, and however you change these color is going to be up to you as well. Okay, so do that and then come back when you have your 2 sleeves your 2 panels of the back and front completed. See you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have completed both of my panels here. So as you can see, this is the one that I showed you earlier. Okay, and this one is the one I just finished now. So I have my 2 panels completed. They're exactly identical. Okay, so as you can see here, this is how it's gonna go, and this is gonna be the bottom of the sweater, and then this is gonna be the top of the sweater right here. So as you can see, again, I changed the colors, just exactly the same. So I have 20 rows of this color, and then I did 12 rows of this color in the middle, and then I finished it off with another 20 rows just like we did on the other side. So we have 20, 12, and then 20 again. That's where I get my 52 rows from. Okay, so again, of course, I repeated that exact same thing with the second panel, and so now I have my 2 panels completed. So as I was still offline as well, I completed my, oops, where did it go? One second. I completed my arms panel. So as you can see here, I did my first panel here for the arm. The reason I'm not showing you how to do it is because it's literally identical with what we did with the back and the front panel. I did 82 stitches, 81 chains, and then I pretty much locked out my 15 stitches here to do the single crochets in the back stitch, and then for the other 65 I did the half double crochet in the back stitch as well. But as you can see here, I changed the color a little bit different here. I'm running out of this color, these beige color, so I decided to do a little bit more of a bigger block of this color in the middle. Okay, and I did 6 rows of this color, and then I did 20 rows of the clay color, and then I did another 6 rows on the other side. But when we do join these together, it's gonna go like this. So this side will actually end up, or this color will actually end up with 12 rows all together, because we're joining them like this, and then the other 20 rows of this color are gonna be together like this. So this is it here. So go ahead and do your 2 panels for the shoulders as well, or for the sleeves. Okay, and then when you have completed your second panel, come back to the video, and we're going to start the hoodie, not the hoodie, sorry, but the turtleneck, because we're doing that loose turtleneck that I did with the arms warmer, and hence why we're making this sweater, because a lot of people asked if I could do the actual sweater, full sweater, instead of just the arms warmer that I made in a previous video. Okay, so I'm doing this video for you guys. This is a request that I've had from a lot of people asking me to do the full video for the sweater, so this is gonna be for those people who are requesting that. So go ahead and finish your second panel for the shoulder or for the sleeve, and then come back and we will go ahead and start the turtleneck portion of it. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed one of the sleeves panel. So this is done here. As you can see, I just cut off the string here, and I left a long string so we can use that to join our work. And as you can see, this is pretty much it here. So I did 20 rows in this color in the middle, and then I did 6 rows of this tan color and 6 on the other side. But I will be joining these kind of like this. When we join the sleeve together, it's going to be going on like that. And this is going to be the part that goes on top of the as part of the top, and then this is going to be the part that is in the bottom, which is where your armpit is right here, and then the bottom of your arm, just like that. Okay, so you should already have that done, and you should have 2 by now. So this is the one that I had completed earlier off camera. So this is my second one here. Okay, so this is also done. So I have 32 rows of each of the sleeves here that I've completed, and of course you will have the number of rows based on how loose or tight you want your sleeve to be. So that's done. So, and what we did also complete earlier is the 2 sleeves, which is the back panel, not the 2 sleeves, sorry, the 2 panels for the back and the front. And these are my 2 here. Okay, so again, the way you alternate your color is all up to you. You could do solid color, you could do multiple colors, but this is how I did mine. And this is the second one here. So this can either be the back or the front. They're all exactly identical, the same thing as our sleeves panels. They're exactly identical because it doesn't matter which way it's gonna go. Okay, so we have these 4 panels completed. We just have to do the turtleneck portion of the sweater, and then we should be done to join everything together. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to do the turtleneck, and which is also super easy. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and join it when we have completed that panel. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a bit to start the turtleneck. Okay, my lovelies, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the turtleneck. So this is going to be really simple, and it's pretty much what we did for the arms warmer. So we're going to start by doing a slip knot and then doing a chain of 51. So I'm going to do the slip knot just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do a chain of 51. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay guys, so I have completed my chain of 51 here. So as you can see, that's how long it is, and this is going to be for the turtleneck, and this is going to be the width of it, and then the length is going to be however long we do it, which is going to be, I'm going to be doing 60 rows total. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first row here. And this last 51st chain that we did is going to be our turning chain. Therefore, we're not going to be working into that. We're skipping it to go into the second one here. And in this second one, we're going to yarn over and go in the back of that chain. And we're going to do a half double crochet. Just like that. And then we're going to go into the next stitch and do, oops, into the next stitch and do our half double crochet there as well. And this is going to be what we do for the rest of this row here, all the way to the end of the chain. We're going to be working in the back of the chain to do our half double crochets. And as you can see, this is the front of your chain and this is the back, and we're just yarning over and picking up this lump in the back of each of the chains, just like that. And then doing our half double crochet. Okay, so go ahead and do this all the way to the beginning of the chain here, and you're going to do your last one at the very last one here. And when you get there, come back and I will show you how to start the second row, which is our repeat row. Okay, so go ahead and do that and I will see you guys at the end. Okay guys, so I have gone ahead and completed my first row here, which is a row of the half double crochet in the back of the chain. So that's how it looks like. And I'm going to start the second row, which is going to be a repeat row, okay, for however many rows you're going to be doing for this. So we're going to start by doing a chain of 1 and then turning our work like so. Okay, and then we're going to do our half double crochet in the back of the loop here. So we're going to yarn over, and the very first stitch right after the chain 1, we're going to go in the back of that stitch and do our half double crochet, and this is called back loop half double crochet. Okay, so we're going to continue to do this. Again, this is a repeat row, so this is how you're gonna start every single row. Is chain 1, turn, and then do your back loop half double crochets until you get to the end, and then you repeat that again. The only exception here will be at the end when you get to the very last stitch right here. Okay, so instead of just going through the back loop, which is this one here, okay, for me, my preference is I go through both for the last stitch. So I'll be going through like this to do my half double crochet at the end, then chain 1, turn, and then repeat these again until I have what I need in terms of the number of rows. So for this, I'm doing a very loose turtleneck because I don't like a turtleneck that's tight, as I explained in my previous video, which was the arms warmer video. So I am going to be doing 60 rows. I'm going to do 24 rows in this color, and then I'm going to change to this color. So this is the work that I'm frogging to do this new project here, as I explained at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to be doing 24 rows in this, and I'm going to do 12 rows in this color, and then I'm going to change back and do another 24 rows in this color here, and that is going to make the 60 rows. And then we're going to join it and then have the rest of the panels joined together to make our sweater, okay, our turtleneck sweater. So go ahead and continue to create your turtleneck here. You have a long way to go. I have a long way to go. I need to do 60 rows When that's done, we're going to reconvene here so we can see all our 5 panels, completed 5 panels, and then we can go ahead and start the joining of the panels to be able to complete our work. Okay, all right, so I will see you guys when you have this part of the project completed. Okay, I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so my turtleneck is completed. So as you can see here, this is pretty much the size for my turtleneck. It's absolutely big. So this is obviously, like I said at the beginning, you don't have to do the loose turtleneck that I'm doing. You can absolutely do it tight or however you like, but I'm making mine this big because I want mine to be extremely loose because I don't like something tight on my neck, as I have mentioned in the previous video. And so yeah, this is why mine is this wide. So this is pretty much gonna be, we're gonna be joining this all the way here. So that is a tube. It's gonna be like an open tube here. And then when we have our sweater completed and everything is joined, then we're gonna be joining it either way. It could either be on this side or this side to the sweater. And then of course we're gonna be able to fold the turtleneck like this when it comes time to wearing it on the sweater. So it's gonna be something like this, maybe not looking exactly like it is looking here, but you know what I mean. So anyways, so this is it here. So I'm going to just kind of quickly talk to you guys how to join the panels, because I'm not gonna be doing that on camera with you. Why? Because I've done many projects where I've shown you guys how to join panels together for sweaters, so I don't have to do that. And it's also something that you need to do off camera. It's a little bit you need to have attention, you have to pay attention to it, and yeah, and it's also very easy to do in a way as well. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take my darning needle when I get off camera here, and I'm going to cut this string. Well, this one is already here, the one that we started the project with, but I'm going to cut this side because this is where my yarn is connected to. I'm gonna cut that off, and then I'm gonna use this to pretty much join these all the way up here, to join this piece all the way here so that we have our tube. Okay, so that is the first thing I'm gonna do. The second thing that I'm gonna do is remember our sleeves. Remember these guys that we completed? I am going to also join these guys. So I'm going to fold them like so. Okay, and then again, we left a long string here when we started the project off. And I'm going to use my darning needle and sew this shut all the way here. So that is going to be my sleeve completed. And I'm going to repeat that with the second one as well. Okay. And then again, while off camera, I am also going to join my panels together for the back and the front. And this is how it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna have that and the second piece that will go right like that. Okay, and as you can see here, it lines up these colors right in the middle there. So I'm going to pretty much join this guy from this bottom corner here all the way to where I'm gonna end up doing the sleeve. How do I know where I'm gonna do the sleeve? Where I'm gonna put the sleeve? If you line each of your sides nice and neat like that, you take a sleeve. Let's say this is your sleeve here and you have already joined it. If you take this and line it like that, because that's how we're gonna end up joining it, just like that. Okay, I'm going to take a stitch marker, this guy here, and I'm going to just kind of put a stitch marker where I'm gonna end up joining from where. So that way I'm gonna leave this section here open where my arm is gonna be coming through, and then that means I'm going to be shutting this guy all the way until where my stitch marker is, and I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay, so that's gonna be how we're joining the two panels for the back and the front. And then when it comes to the top here, because we're gonna need to shut one each side like this so that we have enough space to do our turtleneck. Okay, I'm going to come back and show you guys that. So let's just join what we need to join here, which is the sleeves need to be joined, the turtleneck have to be joined, and then each side of the sweater panels, which is the back and the front, need to be joined until where the stitch marker is. When you have that done, then come back. I'm going to show you guys how to join the top here to leave enough space for our neck, and also where we're going to be doing the turtleneck. And then I will also send you guys off to go then do the rest of the joining. But for now, let's do the other job that I just explained here. Okay, so I will see you guys when you have your panels joined, just until where I need you to come back to. Okay, all right, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have joined my panels here. So this is my sweater. This is the bottom of it here, and this is the top of it. So as you can see, we haven't completed the top for joining there already. But what I did was I pretty much counted how many stitches to go this way and how many stitches to go that way, and then I put my stitch markers, which means that I'm going to be closing this shut here, closing this shut here, and then this is going to be my neckline. Excuse me, this is going to be my neckline, as well as where I'm going to be putting my turtleneck. And the way I measured that out was, I've already also joined my turtleneck here. So this is how it looks like here. And the way I'm going to be joining it is it's going to be going on the top like this. So this is going to be how I'm going to be joining my turtleneck. So this color here is going to kind of match, not match, but you know, it's going to go along and change into that color there. And the back of it is going to just be plain this color. So that's how it's going to look like. So again, if you didn't do any different colors, then it wouldn't matter. But this is just in case you did it the same as me. This is how I'm lining it up. Okay, so then I'm going to be joining my turtleneck here to the sweater. Okay, so that part is that. And for the sleeves, I have my sleeves here that I've also already joined. Okay, I have a little bit of a gap here just because I ran out of this yarn, which I'll be completing in a minute. But this here is where I'm going to be putting my sleeves, and I'm going to be putting the sleeves on like this. So as you can see, this is where I stopped with sewing the top of the sweater body, and so this part is going to go right here like that. And I'm going to be joining this shut here with obviously the sleeve left open here so my arm can go through it. I'm going to shut this here. I'm going to put my turtleneck in the middle, and I'm going to repeat this on the other side. Okay, so just a quick thing that you will need to do when you join your top here, the top part here, you're going to do it like this. But when the sweater is done, you're going to be flipping it in side out like this. So this side is going to be the outside, so that when you sew this closed here, it's going to have the side that is not the best looking on the other side, which means you join this part here, you join the other side, and then you flip it around, and then you're going to put the sleeves on and the hoodie part on, or the turtleneck part on, and therefore it's going to, this side is going to be the inside and the other side is going to be the outside. So I hope that makes sense. But anyways, go ahead and join the rest of your work together. So I'm going to join my turtleneck, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm just pretty much literally going to like hold it like this and just join it along like this, and then I'm going to do that all around, and then I'm going to put the sleeves on, join these here, and then we'll be done. So I will come back to the video when my sweater is all fully joined. Okay, so I'll see you guys when we have finished everything. Okay, my lovely, so this is the completed sweater here. So I needed to lay it on my bed to be able to show you guys the whole thing. But this is pretty much it here. As you can see, this is how the colors came out together. And that's the turtleneck right there. It's going to be nice and puffy and not too tight, for those of you who don't like tight turtlenecks like me. And then, of course, just the whole sweater is like really nice and baggy and comfortable. So this is definitely great for the winter seasons when it's like really cold and you just don't want to bother with, you know, just having a t-shirt on. Sometimes you just want to have something really nice and comfortable. And this is pretty much what I made this sweater for. So this is it here. So thank you so much again, everyone, for watching this video to the end. And I hope you will be making a nice comfy sweater like this for yourself or for your loved ones. But for now, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel and like the video, comment, make sure you hit the notification bell as well, and I will see you guys in my next video. Kwaheri.